All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that did teach us this truth. And as always, peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, man. Um, just concerning the signs of the times, man. Proverbs, and we'll start at Proverbs 30 and verse 24. There be four things which are little upon the earth, but they are exceeding wise. The ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. And that's exactly likened unto the Lord's hopeful elect right now, because it's a few of us and we're up against pretty much everybody being our enemy, being a part of the world. That makes us all enemies to these people that, uh, but like the ants, storing up their meat in the summer for the colder months, man, that's all in relation to the spirit of preparation. And that's what the Lord has us doing right now, studying to show ourselves approved, rehearsing the righteous acts, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability is all in preparation for what we're getting ready to go through, and Lord willing, the reward that accompanies this coming great tribulation. All right. And it says in verse 26, the Connies are but a feeble folk, yet they make their houses in the rocks, man. Wise, all right, feeble. And that's again likened unto us. We're, sheep led to the slaughter, man. Us being in this captivity under this wicked man's rulership, man. We're likened unto, a feeble people. All right, even us serving Yahweh Hashem and Hawashah, to a certain extent, and to the Lord, blesses us with those new bodies, man. We're always going to be subject to transgressions, which is always going to, make us weaker. The transgressions, the outcome is death, of course, man. The wages of sin is death. So we got to remember that. But again, the Connies are but a feeble folk, yet they make their houses in the rocks, being prudent, wise. And that's not kind of, it's exactly what we're doing through the spirit. We're building, our foundation of faith, or upon, or, with rocks. Okay. Not this cheap material that Esau Edom uses to build these mass neighborhoods, etc. All right, and who is that rock? That'll be Malachi Hawashah in the spirit of prophecy and truth. All right, which is Malachi Hawashah, and we build, a solid foundation of faith, of works as well. Because of Malachi Hawashah, all right, the work that the Lord and the sacrifice that the Lord made on behalf of the Lord's hopeful elect. And then we're able to, receive those words that Malachi Hawashah said, all right, as well as the men that came before us, all right. It's the Proverbs 30 and verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me food convenient for me. And this is the food that we should be concerned about eating right now. This truth, man. Understanding what time it is. And we're prophesying through the Spirit what time it is. Hey, man. This is the time of Jacob's trouble. The great tribulation. A time of not so much fun happening, man. And that's a part of being a man in this thing, man. That's why this truth was only given, for the men, all right, to the men, all right, to teach these things. But remove far from me vanity and lies. And that's what we've inherited for quite some time, man. All right, nothing but vain, spirits and a bunch of lies. Them, all right, our enemy, teaching us that we're not the children of the Lord, that we were the Gentiles, that those other people over there are the children of the Lord, lying about, how our Lord looks, etc. These pagan holidays, etc., etc. Just a bunch of lies, man. Also, give me neither poverty nor riches, man. And look at that. Hey, you don't want to be poor, because more than likely, if you're poor, that's gonna cause you to do, poor behavior, stealing, etc., prostituting for the women, all right, and the men actually, all right, or nor riches, because if we get rich on this side, man, one is more likely not to need if you will, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man, because you're a rich man. You can do what you want. A storm come, you can just hop on a jet and fly away from the storm, etc., etc. What do you need with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to be praying and serving and being obedient? All right. Well, that's why it's teaching us in the book of Proverbs, the 30th chapter here, um, give neither poverty nor riches, and feed me with food that's convenient. And again, that convenient food, man. Look how convenient the Lord has made uh this food via the internet, man. All right, and now and that's why the Lord has his men diligent, man, feeding the sheep every day, feeding the flock every day, especially as a whole, man, every day, probably 24 hours a day. Brothers are doing these epistles through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai, feeding the sheep. The Lord did say, that is how we show that we love him, feeding his sheep and keeping his commandments, man. All right, so that's what we try to do to the best of our ability. Okay, let's see here. All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 3. Knowing this, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, and we are prophesying, amen, these are the last days. Knowing that, guess what? There's scoffers walking around here, saying all types of manners of things that aren't true about the men of the Lord, walking after their own lusts. For since the fathers fell asleep, uh, uh Salakia, verse 4, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. And that's the spirit I dealt with my own family, coming in that people been saying the world going in. And that's the type of spirit 2/3 of the nation of Israel is in, man. Or, I mean, they could be the 1/3 and just haven't need to see it to believe it, okay? But a lot of people in my family came in this same spirit, man, as since the fathers fell asleep, man. The prophets of old, hey, been saying, hey, the world is ending, the world is ending, this is the end of the world. And that's the spirit that our people coming in, that scoffing ass spirit, man. All right, again, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Jake, type of person that need to see it to believe it, all right. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens of old, all right, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished, is talking about this same planet, all right, but the world, the age is completely destroyed by water, the whole Noah's Ark thing, quote unquote. All right, and again, it was Yahweh, all right, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that did these things, that brought the judgment on these people, man. And the same type of behavior was going on then, mocking and scoffing Noah. He never seen, rain and things like that, so they definitely was getting their scoff on and their mocking concerning one of the men of the Lord, man. And you know what happened after that? Hey, the Lord destroyed, everything except, Noah's family. All right. This is 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So we gotta learn to let it go, especially now when we see what time it is. We see the signs of the times, man. If we're diligent and watching, okay. We're not to love this world, man. A lot of our people do. They're comfortable, especially the women. Hey, this queendom, they love it here, man. They love doing whatever they want to do, and getting away with it. So they think, niggas love to be weak in Babylon the Great, especially, man. All right, but the Lord is teaching us, man. Hey, don't love the world. And if we do, guess what? We don't really love Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, our time is coming. There's something better, more relaxing, etc. Whatever your heart desires, man, is going to be in this kingdom. So we got to fight for that and just leave this behind. It's not worth it. It's not worth hanging on to, especially now, that the building is burning. It's like our people want to remain in a burning freaking building. All right, and we're trying to get them out, all type of ways. We're yelling at them, all right, using harsh language, right? And we also try to just edify, all right? But we have to speak a certain way because it's a very severe situation, dealing with Yahweh Hashem and Hawashai, dealing with these last days and prophecy, man. It's a very, very serious time. Is why we speak the way that we do through the Spirit, man. If your child, loved one, was getting ready to fall off a cliff, would you yell, to get that loved one's attention, or would you, be whispering and saying, "Hey, watch out"? Of course, you know what you're gonna do, man. All right, you're gonna yell it, and that's why the Lord has a certain spirit upon us. Well, we're able to do these things on a daily basis through the Spirit, lifting our voices up like trumpets, etc. Uh, again in First Timothy in chapter 4 verse 1, concerning the signs of the times, man. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times, these last days, all right, the end of the world, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And that's whatever our people are into, man. Besides serving Yahweh by Shema shall be it Christianity, the Muslim religion, atheists, etc., etc. These are all doctrines of devils, man. All, rooted in idolatry. In verse 2, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. And they're all hypocrites, man, that say that they believe the Lord, but they still love that word, you see. Found out to be, very hypocritical, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. Some of our people just not gonna come out of it, man. They're gonna be stuck in their ways, especially these Hebrew Israelites that know that they're Hebrew Israelites, man, but still, teaching and doing a whole bunch of messy shit right now, man. All right, that's having their conscience seared with the hot iron. All right. Verse 3, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats for you vegetarians and things like that. Now, dealing with Esau Edom, when I'm not going to have you ignorant, it probably would be more beneficial to just have a plant-based diet, but that doesn't make it unlawful to eat meats. There's people that think that. Now, again, dealing with Esau Edom and what he puts in the food that he feeds the animal and things like that. That's why I said that, because it's dealing with Esau Edom shit, everything poison. They're feeding the animal poison, which makes them poison, and it just goes and goes and goes in this perpetual cycle of just nonsense, man. All right. But again, that's the spirit of the last days, man. It says, which Yahweh have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth, man. So, there's people saying, hey, don't eat meat, etc., etc. Hey, it's lawful to eat certain meats, man. Okay. Again, in 2 Timothy chapter 3, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we're seeing the beginning stages of that, man. I just came across one of the young men of our nation videos real quick in New York doing the drill music stuff, and they sound like serial killers, man. You know what I mean? These are perilous times that we living in. We never seen our young men act like that, just that bold and brazen, though, with this internet. Of course, but it seems like it's just getting worse, and they're getting more, like I say, bold in their wickedness. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, man. The selfie stick, social media has definitely facilitated, people becoming lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, all that. It has to do with social media in this type of world that we live in right now. Proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, all of these things, man, you should see, and just starting with our people, man. All right, now more than ever, without natural affection, all that alphabet community stuff. Hey, this is the so-called alphabet community month, man. They got a whole month dedicated to, being without natural affection. You see, truce breakers, false accusers. That's a lot going on within the Israelite community, quote unquote, with, a bunch of false accusations on the arise, man. All right, towards the true man of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, fierce, man. Hey, that's Eve. Our own women are very fierce nowadays, man. All right, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shai, and that's our people for sure. All the pleasures and treats that is Babylon the Great and the rest of this earth. Our people love that more than they actually love serving the true power. They'll pretend, okay, and be a part of idolatry and things like that. But when it comes to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, just, believing in those names, okay, our people don't have it, man. All right. In verse 5, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away, man. So turn away from these idiots, man. All right. Especially denying the power thereof and having that form of godliness. That's our people for sure, for sure. They have a form of godliness, and they know to get up in these award shows, man. Especially when the award shows was popping, and they'll get up there and thank God, right? Or they know to say, won't he do it, or God got me. That's having a form of godliness, okay? Some of the law, statutes, and commandments our people keep. When it comes to thou shalt not kill, a lot of people in our nation definitely understand that. But when it comes to other things, they kind of pick and choose, man. And that's exactly denying the power thereof, man. Not moving in that fear. That fear is going to produce action, all right? And obedience, all right, is that action to the best of our abilities. But our people don't have that fear of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So they're not putting in any decent action, which means they're not making their calling and election sure, which probably means they may not make it. Okay, again, maybe they'll come in if the Lord allows them to see certain miracles and things like that. But for the most part, you kind of see, who probably will make it and who the Lord will maybe have mercy upon. And first and foremost, we like to be those people that the Lord is having mercy upon because what we're doing things to make our calling and election sure. Hey, but concerning your family, they're even worse off. If the Lord's hopeful elect are barely going to make it, all right, should scarcely be saved. How much more, are we circumspect concerning, our friends and family, etc. Ain't no telling. But, we like to be merciful because, that was commanded for us to show mercy because we desire mercy from Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Let's see. This is Hebrews 11th chapter, and we'll start at verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And amen, everything. We don't remember, seeing. Brothers have had visions and things like that, but for the most part, we don't remember what our Lord, our power looked like. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. And we can't see these things, and the Lord hasn't, done miracles on a like he did in the ancient world in a long time, man. All right, so we're believing in the power that we can't really see, man. This is all about true faith. In verse 4, by faith Abel, all right, offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. Verse 5, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death. Verse 7, by faith Noah, being warned from Yahweh of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're having the same faith that our forefathers had. It's a gift. That's the actual gift from the Lord, man. Having faith. This is what it takes to serve this power that we can't see. All right, to believe in things that we can't see, to believe in the words of the Bible. Oh, there's a great tribulation coming. Oh, but the Lord has been known to protect his hopeful elect. All right, but we really have to have faith, just like we're reading here in Hebrews, the 11th chapter, man. Verse 8, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, wonder where that place is at, all right, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. And starting with the men, again, about faith, going out on the highways and byways, doing these epistles, it takes faith, man. We all had our process to get to wherever we're at now, but we're still, calling upon Yahweh by Shema Shai. So that's a good thing. That's reassuring. But it took faith, man. All right, to receive the words from those prophets that we heard or saw, to receive it and then act upon it, man, on a daily basis, man. By faith, by faith, by faith. In verse Verse 20. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning the things to come. All right. And it just, verse 23. By faith, Moses. Okay. And it just goes and goes, man. Just examples of faith there in Hebrews 11th chapter, man. Okay. Let's see. And this is James chapter 5 and verse 13. And it reads, is any among you afflicted? And absolutely, all of us. Hell, we're in our captivity. And a lot of us brothers, should be all of us have these infirmities that we're dealing with. So we're all afflicted. It says, let him pray. Is any married? Let him sing songs. And we're not really married other than, doing this work and being thankful. Now, all things we give thanks. That was a commanded of us to do that, man. But, we're not happy per se because we're in our captivity and we know that. But we still give thanks to the Lord in all things through the Spirit. But again, is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. So we got to remember to pray. All right, now more than ever. In verse 14, is any sick among you? All right. Let him call the elders of the church and let him pray over him. Okay, and that's how it's done. We got to pray more about our affliction, about our infirmities, and the ultimate affliction and infirmity is being in this captivity, being in this flesh, man, this wicked flesh that's subject to go off at any given time, which is why we need Malaki Hawashai, man. All right, but which is ultimately why we need a salvation from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh, man, to get us out of here, so we can receive those new glorified perfected bodies that can't go off, and we'll stop feeling so crummy, because this ain't it. Like, this is not it. Okay, let's see. All right, this is 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of Yahweh when we love Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. There it is. Our people think this is such a difficult thing in relation to them inheriting those lies, man, believing upon the lies that the enemy gave us, man, teaching us how we supposed to deal with our power, which were all freaking lies, man. All right, but the Lord is saying, hey, man, keep his commandments, and these particular commandments aren't grievous. There are, however, many that we can't keep perfectly, but the laws are not grievous to the point where it should be causing us any type of danger or extreme discomfort, man. All right, just a not participating in idolatry in relation to serving the Lord, and how we are to conduct ourselves amongst our brothers and sisters were these commandments given to us. All right, but of course our people think that the laws are too grievous. They don't like the dietary law. That's too grievous for them, you see. All right, and I mean, that could very well cost them their freedom, if you will. All right, and we don't want to be like that. We want to put our best foot forward, and keep these laws to the best of our ability, putting forth that decent effort in hopes that the Lord will see, our attempts to being not a sinful, wicked person, man. Okay. Let me see. What? Slovakia. Let's see. But yeah, man, just the signs of the times, man, and just continuing to serve Yahweh Shem Al Shai is very vital, very important right now, man, because hey, you should be able to feel a spiritual shift, man. It just don't feel like 4 5 years ago, man. You know, things are changing. It's getting, it just feels a whole lot just creepy upon the earth, man. You got your spiritual eyes open. You seeing people, the spirits on them, they're different. They're weird. The women weird. The men weird. Everybody's just weird. Got attitude. Road rages at an all-time high. Like, why would we want to stay here, man? All right, we gotta get out of here, and which is why we do the things that we do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashah. Matter of fact, this is Philippians 3 and verse 21. All right. Who shall change our vile body concerning the bodies that I'm talking about right now, man? All right. That it may be fashioned like unto his glorified body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself, man. That's that beautiful glorified body that we desire, man. The same one Malak Yahweh Shai has, all right, the same type, if you will, all right. Right now, these bodies subject to going off and aging and decaying, man. Why would you want to stay here knowing that you're just going to age and decay? All right, we desire to be delivered, man, and receive one of those new bodies, man, and the Lord to deliver us out of this vile one. Okay, in verse Philippians 4 and verse 6, again, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh. So there it is. We got to pray more for all our things, all the things that we desire through the Spirit, man. And if the Lord dealing with you, you're gonna have the correct spirit, to know what to pray for and to be able to convey it in such a way where the Lord, will honor your prayer, man. Okay, because the Lord don't have to do anything for us, but that's where the mercy comes into play, and that pity which we desire. Okay. All right. Let's go. This is Galatians 1 and verse 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Hamashiach unto another gospel. Say 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're receiving another gospel, all right, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Hamashiach. And you see that with these other Israelite camps, man. All right. They're coming in that spirit, man, of teaching another gospel, half truths, whole lies, man. All right, verse 8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you that ye have received, let him be accursed. Very, very serious thing playing with the words of the Lord, man. All right. And there's going to be a severe judgment that's going to fall upon people, all right, doing that, committing that act of perverting the gospel, all right, and lying and adding to the Bible and taking away, man. All right, you know what the Lord says is going to happen to these people, man. So we got to be circumspect and watch for those snakes in the grass, man. All right, and you pray, again, praying that the Lord guides you. You pray for guidance from Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Very important. Speaking for, myself first and foremost, that is a great thing to pray for, guidance. All right. Per your life, where does the Lord want you at? You pray for these things to be revealed unto you so that everybody can be, doing their part and doing their job, and we can get the hell up out of here. Okay. And then again, concerning those bodies again, man, in 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 40, there are also celestial bodies, man, and bodies terrestrial. The bodies we have now pertains to terrestrial bodies, but the Bible itself, which is the words of Yahweh Bashim Hawashah, It goes into celestial bodies that's pertaining to, the heavens, man. All right, the sky. So who knows what them bodies look like and how they're gonna function? But it got to be, at least different. I'm gonna say that much. It got to be way different than the terrestrial bodies, man. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another, man. Could you imagine how we're really gonna look? How those bodies are gonna look? Look how we find the female anatomy, and vice versa. If we're able to take care of these temples, which is very, very hard to do, especially in Babylon the Great with the diet and such, and man, these bodies can have their own glory to them, man. The melanin that certain nations have upon them, it looks good, man. When it's the bodies are adorned with different jewels, hey, it looks good, man. The hair, are not, and I'm talking about the Israelites first and foremost, man. But these are just the terrestrial ones, and it can look very good when that melanin is popping and that sun is hitting in the day. It's long and hot and partly cloudy, nice breeze, and you just see just Israelites with all this healthy hair, frozen braids, and oh man, this is likened to the kingdom. You see, we've seen little bits and fragments of our people acting right and getting together and enjoying food, drink, etc. But of course, it's always rooted in vanity and wickedness, man. They may get together and have a good time without shooting up some shit, but then go home eating abominable things or go home and commit adultery. You see what I'm saying? It just never stops, man. Which is why we got to be delivered out of here and receive those new bodies, man. All right. Verse 41, there is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars, for one star differeth from another star in glory. Oh man, that's beautiful, man. Hey, this is likened unto the Lord's hopeful elect. The Lord got enough gifts and treats and jewels for all of us to be completely decked out, all right, and to be different. Now, hey, will there be twins in the kingdom? Hey, probably so. But you know what I mean? Just like how we all have individual fingerprints, man. How, certain brothers and sisters look alike, but there's still differences. You see what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. We're going to need that, in the kingdom. We got to just trust in the Lord that he got it to give. And that's what we're fighting for. Because I know ain't nobody trying to be in this kingdom having on the same thing. We done dealt with that in our captivity. When we get to this kingdom, it's on and popping. You know what I mean? It's on and popping. But we got to get there. All right, we got to get there. So, and just knowing that, just praying, man, praying more concerning the signs of the times, praying that the Lord has brothers and sisters prepared. All right, the spirit of preparation is heavy upon us right now. We got to prepare mentally, understanding, we're getting ready to have to sacrifice the little that we do have. All right, but Lord willing, we got to remember the prize. Those new bodies alone, all right, the celestial bodies alone is enough to keep a brother or sister fighting to the end. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.